Hello. This is just to supplement the exercise that you have in task 2. And I've seen that some of you are trouble doing task 2. So I've created a similar scenario where you will create an integration problem. So let's get started. So first you log in. Then go to resource, virtual machine, and then you start it. Okay, it's a pop-up blocker, so I will click here. Get started. Now it was paused. Sorry, it was. I will have. So it started. You might see that updates are available. Required updates need to be installed. Just click on view updates and just cancel it because it might take time for you to just update. Now I will. This was a task 3 part 2. I'm not gonna do this. So I will minimize everything so you see what I have on my desktop. So I will go here on my desktop and I open here and then all tasks. I will create task 2, sales order. Yeah. So this is going to be the simulating the incoming sales order. So the scenario is described here. So I'll read it out for you. So it's a different scenario. Now we have ICA Maxi is a company in Sweden, based in Sweden. So they're planning to receive local food sales orders. And these sales orders are received or sent to them from an external third-party company through a web service. That means different people will have access to this third-party web application where they will be ordering. So the message is going to be sent as a web service using XML. And Ecamax, on the other side, they have the legacy database system, which will be persisting the data or the orders, the sales order, with having a different data structure. And the Ecamaxi, they decided to use the same system without changing, legacy system without changing it, because their other systems are dependent on this database. The requirement is the incoming orders are handled by integration solution and transformed from the standard format to the format used by the legacy systems database. And the integration should not allow negative quantities and negative preferred prices. So there is a fixed price for every item that you want to buy, but at the same time, this price there can be some price suggestions that could be made by the client, the customers. So you could make that. And the business roles are, you have the remote system which sends a sales order. It is simulated through directory, as I have shown you. It is already we already created a folder, and the legacy system database, which the integration solution will send the data and store it as a table. Like this is similar to the task that you will be doing, or you have already done, or you are in progress. And then you will have the integration solution, which will be designed as a process automation in a BizTalk server. Okay, so that's how we do it. Okay, let's continue now. Then the exchange information messages are the following. You have the incoming sales order. similar to task one. Will be an XML file, and it contains the following information. It will have sales ID. Customer information will contain first name, last name, address, email, and telephone. When you design, yeah, but it's okay. Then you have order details where you have quantity and preferred price and order date. It can be order date, and then you have ECAS legacy system DB. So we can use the same legacy system database that we already have in the database, or that you created earlier, but I will show you how that is created as well. So is a row in a table, so it will be represented as a row in a table which contains sales order ID, which corresponds with sales ID, client name, which corresponds to first name and last name, and address, which will correspond to address, and contact information corresponds to email and telephone, and order dates. You have order dates. Yeah, this is order date, and you have quantity and preferred price represented as part of the order details. So now let's fire up the Visual Studio. You start Visual Studio. It might take a while to start. If you have already existing, if you already have opened something like this, just start a new one. That's better. So I decide to save the order, the files in the same place as, yeah, I will have to save them in the same in task 2 orders folder. So BizTalk server projects, recent project is under here. You will find them in under templates. Then we're going to create empty BizTalk server project. Okay, here I'm going to save it as task 2 orders. Okay, task 2 orders. Is that the folder name? Okay, sales order. This doesn't matter. The folder name can be different. It doesn't matter, but it's just for consistency, sales order. So this is the name of the project. Well, the name of the project should be messaging order. Because we already have messaging, but let's just take a look at the files here. Yeah, messaging order, and we can have process order if you want, or you can have only one project later on. And I will have to put it in under here. I will select the folder, and then I will click OK. So it will start a new BizTalk server project. So messaging order. Now I will be creating the XML schema, a new item, and then schema. The most common problem I see that you students are committing is that you click here and then you click add, but that's not a good way of doing. You should always specify the name. Sorry, I paused because the VM stuck and I need to restart or refresh. So you always need to specify the name of the file here. So what should I name it? Should I name it sales order? Yeah, let's name it sales order, similar to task 1. We can name it at food sales order. So from the company's perspective, it's going to be full sales order. Then I will copy this because I will need it later on. Then I click add. Okay, so this is opened already. So you have root name. you should always have one root name, and I will rename it. Good. Then I will have to create all this information. This information. I will have to create this. Let me start creating this information. So I create sales ID as an attribute or an element, and then I need to create a child record for the information of what are the information. So customer information, your first name, last name, and email. Okay, and here I will have customer information. Then under this, you will have to create first name, first name, and last name. And what else do we have? Address, email, and telephone. So you create address, email, and then we create order details. Go here and child record, order. It helps. So the order details will contain quantity, preferred price, and order date. So we created everything now. So what do we need to do? In the business case description, it states that the remote systems, and okay, then you also have the somewhere, yeah, here, negative quantities and preferred price are not allowed. So it should be a valid amount that should be specified there. And first, let's specify the data type, this order date. The data type for order date is I will here order dates. Then you have okay, let's specify date time or date, and then we have price, preferred price, and this should be decimal. You can actually leave the order date as text string, it doesn't matter now. For quantity, this should be, you can specify a negative integer, but let's specify it from very beginning as a number, then when it is as an integer rather. So integer. Yeah, okay. Integer or int, I don't know the difference between these two. So we need to promote these two because we will need to use them in the orchestration. So you can do it using quick promotion. When you do quick promotion, a new schema called property schema will be created, and never delete that. If you do delete it, then you need to redo it, redo everything again. So rather, I will go to, yeah, but you can still have that. It doesn't matter, but this also okay to make it a distinguished field, and preferred price as a distinguished field as well. Then you click OK. So these two are promoted. Now, let's create a database. So how do you do that? You have SQL Server Management Studio. which allows you to manage your database management system by creating new databases, new tables, new views, new triggers, so many stuff. So it can take a while, so I will pause it for a moment. Well, now it started. Then I will click connect. So you have the database engine. Make sure that you always choose database engine. Now, SQL Server comes with analysis service, reporting service, and integration service. We are going to use the database engine where you have the database and so on. So I think you will see analysis service and integration service in the other course. We also currently have Azure SQL Server integration service. Yeah, that is provisioned on the cloud. So this is the database name. If you do not know the database name here, if you cannot specify it here, you can browse, but also if the database is hosted in the local machine here as well, you could also put a dot mark or write a local as well. That works, but BizTalk 2016 is the name of the database. So I click connect. Now we have, if you want to create a database, so we will right click here, new database. So you can also programmatically create a new database as well. We got some issue here, so yeah, no problem. Now you specify the database name here. There is a pause. Okay, I need to refresh the browser. That's why this happened. The database name will be legacy system DB. So when you create a database in SQL Server, two files are created, a primary file and a log file. A primary file, you could have primary, secondary, tertiary, so many files as the primary. And the legacy is the log file, which will be taking care of the transactions and so on. Maybe you have noticed that in a folder, when you start when you open a file which exists in a folder, a kind of scrap or a kind of temporary file is created, and whenever you save and delete or close this file, that disappears, and that's for like processing of the transaction process and so on. If you want to roll back and stuff like that, you still need to have that, but that's not the discussion of this course. We specify legacy system DB, and then after that we click OK. Then we create a table. Yeah, we need to expand this and table here, right click, new, or you could also do it here like this. Can create a table programmatically by just create table, and the name of the table you specify. Let's see what the name of the table is. Okay, we can name it sales order, doesn't matter. Sales order ID. Is it order ID? Yes, let's see. Yeah, sales order ID. Then we specify the size like this, and we specify the others as well, the data types. So you should have comma if you want to add. we specify their names and their data type. I changed C address instead of address because it's a keyword, as you can see. So it shouldn't matter if you name it address already. So yeah, this is also renamed as address, C address. Order date, what kind of data type could we take? Date time or date itself. So yeah, so I specify something like this, and then I check it, paste, parse. Parsing means checking the query and also execute the query. So it will be created as a table. So completion successfully. Then what you need is you refresh or open this. So you get this table. It's also possible to create the table like in design view like this. You will get this view when you right click and new and then table. So if you do like this, then you will have the option to specify the names here and the data types here. And allow nulls is like sales order can be null. If you uncheck this, it will not allow it. And this is not a properly designed database. So there are anomalies with this database, but our concern is not that. Our concern is to be able to design the database. So we have created this database, okay? Now, when you run it again, it doesn't work because you already have created the table, so it already exists. So I can start a new query here to select and then star from star means all from sales order. Okay, let's execute. Nothing is in this table. You can have this zigzag because I mean it doesn't matter, but it's already existing here. So we don't have anything yet. So we are about to now let's create an adapter for this table. And after that, we continue to map it. So to create an adapter, what you do is you go to your project. We already have this project. And then I will go here, right click, add, and we have add generated items. So we have adapter, add adapter metadata. So then this will allow you to, you can click here and then see what is there. It gets stuck now. I will pause and refresh the browser again. So we choose add adapter metadata. You can see that you can use these to create orchestration and schema files from a given set of service or description or WSDL. You can also use these, generate schemas to create XST or XML schema document from other specific formats like DTD, XDR, XML, and so on. And then this is for creating orchestration ODX and schema files from the WCF, this Windows Communication Foundation Service metadata. So now we're going to use the adapter metadata. So no naming is here. So click here. Great. So SQL is already registered adapter. So I will click this adapter and then you have the server and the name of the database is here. You can right click on it and rename, copy, and then we go back here and we paste the name of the database. So this is the name of the database. So I click next, I click set, and then you have the name of the database, the server name. You can see that this is the server name. Where is the, yep, this is the server name. See, you can click on connect. So this is the server name. If you want, you can copy or you can write it. I don't think it's a difficult task for you. Then you copy, paste it, and the authentication to the server is using the Windows and integrated security, because we are working on the same server. The database is on the same server, and this BizTalk server is also on the same server. So we have that. But if it is in another server, or if you want to use the username and the password to access the database, you could specify that. But this is a short way, easy way. Then you should get the database here. So I have the legacy database. If we then I will test. In your case, you might have two tables, but you should make sure that you choose the one that we just created now. So I will click on send port. Then I will specify here the HTTP :// messaging order dot, then the legacy system DB here. So we name it, right click, rename. We don't rename, actually, we just copy the name. I just don't want to make spelling errors here. So I will paste. So the application paused again. I'm going to pause now. So you specify these two, and this is, you find this in the manual as well. So it's similar, except that here the order, the messaging order, the project name is different. Then you press click, and we're not using stored procedure. We're using update gram. Stored procedure is a database object that's used to, like a function, like a function call in programming language. You can create insert stored procedure call, delete stored procedure call. It can take parameters, and it does manipulate your database. But we go for update gram, and then we click next. We have sales order in my case, because I have only one database. So you're not updating, deleting. The adapter is used for inserting. So you just select this and make sure that you select everything by clicking the first one, and then shift plus click the last one. So you have everything like this, then click next, and then click finish. Now you have the insert sales order service. So it gives it the name of the like sales order. The sales order is the name of the table. Service is added, and insert is because you are going to use this for inserting data in it. So you can open and see, yeah, you can see that you have a root to DB like this. So yeah, what is missing? Yes, nothing is missing. So the next step is for you to create the map. You have orchestration that's automatically created when you use adapters, because they assume that you are going to do orchestration as well. So we will delete this. Then now I will have to pause again. So now I will delete this safely without any problem. Then it's deleted. So the next task is for you to create the map. Right click, add item, map. So I will name the map as map. So map sales order to database, to DB. Simple and more expressive. So, and what is your source? You open the schema, and then the source is Now we specify the source schema. Where is the source schema? It is this one, messaging order, the second one, messaging order, food sales order, this one. So this is the source schema, and we can expand it, expand tree node, and then this is gonna be the database. We have the adapter here. So I'm gonna click root to DB. Yes, it's showing me busy. I don't know why, but it is working anyway. Then you can safely drag and drop. So I'm going to drag this sales order to sales order ID, and I'm going to need a concatenate object, functoid, string concatenate. Make sure that you don't choose cumulative concatenate. You only need this concatenator. So I add this. I drag and drop, drag and drop. I might need one more string concatenator for the contact information, because we have contact information. Wait a minute. Yes, contact information is connected, and the contact information are email and telephone. And then we have the address is connected with the address, and the client name is connected here. So then we have quantity with quantity, preferred price with preferred price, order date with order date. Now to do some decoration, I will double click here. Then I will add a new, so I will have the first name, okay. Yeah, but in the middle, we can add space. Like this. So there is gonna be a space between these two. Then this one also. So I mean, it's busy. I think I shouldn't be seeing this arrow sign. So I'll double click, add. Then I'm going to add space and formation like tail, colon, hyphen, space. Yep. Then before email as well, we can add so email, colon, hyphen, space, and yes, that's it. So I can move this up. So yeah, now we're done. So I save this. So the next step is for you to build this. You build it. Why you build it? Because we're going to create a reference to another project. Now build succeeded. Yeah, so build succeeded. I can see that build has already succeeded. Good. Then I will create a new project. A new project. Okay, you can right click on here on solution and add a new project. And the name of the project is going to be process. Is it processing or process? Let's check the manual. It doesn't matter how we name it, but yeah, it's a process order. It doesn't matter how we name it, but it should be unique. process. Yeah, it says processes, but that's fine. The process order. Then it's in the same folder. Then I click OK. I have a new process now. A new project. This project has to get a reference to the previous project. This project has to get to the previous project. So we have created these. I'm gonna close them. No, close. I'm gonna close everything. So I don't know why I'm seeing this arrow really. So I have reference here. So no reference to the messaging order. So I can right click here, add reference. You remember you add service reference for task 3, where you will be able to add web services. Then you click here is a service. So this messaging order will be added as a service. That means you import it, like when you do programming, you import the packages that you would like to include in your current project. So I add this, meaning that I will get all the schema, all this information there. So if I click here, then I will see messaging order here. So my next task is to create orchestration. My next and last task is to do that. Now, to create orchestration, I right click here. I usually do save and I click add. Then we have orchestration, and you can just leave it like this, but I like to order food. Food order orchestration.odx. Great. We have created now. So how should we start? You can start from the port. The port can be placed here or here. It doesn't matter. Left or right doesn't have any meaning. It's just a symbolic representation. It's an abstraction. So we can start with adding a shape, but I would rather start with creating messages. So let me create a message. First message, I rename it as MSG to identify it as a message. MSG food sales order. So it bears the name of the database, the schema, and here the database type, the message type. You can click here and then select reference. Okay, I should probably increase this size so that you can see. It's stacking a bit, so now I will add this as I will click here, schema, select reference assembly. I already have this, so sales order, so the message, and the other message is going to be MSG to legacy DB. Then the message is we'll use as reference because it is in another project. Yep. Okay, so if you want to like a wrong order to capture wrong information, then you can add MSG wrong and wrong order. It will be taking, this will be taking, but these two could be enough, that they are enough, but I'm adding this just to show you that is possible. Then it should be the same thing here. Okay, now we start with creating a receive shape. So this will be receiving sales order, and yes, I click here and I should activate it. It should be activated, otherwise you should have at least one object activated for the orchestration to work. I will activate it, and the message that will be associated with this is the incoming. This is message food sales order that is going to be coming. So here I'm going to create a new configured port, click next, and port is food order. Doesn't matter. I add this food order. So next, here as well, you have next, and you will be receiving. If you want to specify later, you can specify later. If you want to specify now, you can specify now. So I will click on specify now. It's not HTTP file. It's like this. Then I'm going to specify. Yes, you have messaging order. So where? No, these are the files. So you don't need to touch these things. It's a project, and I'm going to create incoming folder here as well. So I'm going to open it and then copy the URL or the address. It's not a URL like a URL that you have on a web browser. Then, okay, my keyboard does not have backward slash because of language, different language, keyboard language setting, and I'm going to, I think yes. And then I will have to start dot XML. If you accidentally make star comma XML, it does not accept the file that you drop there. So you make sure that yes. And this operation is food order. So identifier of the operation. So here is the request is XML order. Yeah, you can name it with whatever you want. Yes, great. So the next is for you to decide whether the order is actually of this side validity. Okay, you decide the validity of the data. You have rule one. Rule one is valid, like this. If it's valid, you can also name here else as not valid if you want. Not valid. Okay. Name not valid. Why is it coming there? It's fine. Okay. You could also add a new branch if you want. Right click here, a new branch here, like this. Okay, but we don't need that. Okay. Now here we need to specify whether we need to like make sure that the order details contains valid price. Okay, let me find greater than or something. So I open the on-screen keyboard. Like I go here and open on-screen keyboard because it will show you the keys that you're typing, and then I will have to add this greater than 0. Then I will have to specify the other condition. So So to add other condition, you use 2 1% signs, that's to represent end, and then you add this quantity is greater than 0, then you click OK. Now we are set. Here we're going to have a transform. You remember the message that is coming all the way from this port to this shape is message food sales order. So, but we need to get it to be converted to message to legacy DB. Then here you need to add transform shape. Transform shape is allow you to use the map that you created already. So I will add where is transform here, it's transform. So the construct message, which message is to be constructed? Construct message to legacy, right? To legacy legacy DB. So that's the message to be constructed, right? So I will click here, and then the message constructed, you can specify which message. You only have one message to be constructed here. The legacy, you will get the messaging food sales order. It will arrive there, and then it will be mapped to the message to legacy. And then you click away. Then that's it. Now here the transform is going to transform map it will map order to DB, right? So you will double click here, then you click on existing, and then click on reference assembly, because the map is also referenced from the previous project. You click, then you will have to get that. When you click here, you should get the appropriate you see message wrong order and message food sales order are available because they are associated with the incoming food sales order. So I will click on food sales order. Here I will click on message legacy, click OK. You have it done. Then here I'm going to add a send shape. So this will be sending to DB, to the DB. So here it will be associated with which message? The message that comes out of this is route to DB, to legacy DB. So then I will get it to legacy DB, and I'm fine. You don't have operation, that's why you see the red sign here. Just to make it more visible, I will have to zoom out a little bit. Yes, I think it's fine now. Then here, I'm going to create a port for this to the legacy DB, to DB. Then this is going to be going to DB. Then I click next, and the port type is also to DB. We'll click next. This is not receiving. This will be sending to the database. So you specify later, and then click next, and you click finish. That's very good. And then you have, then I will have to connect them. Here the operation name is like to DB, if you want to name it like that. And then it will send it to SQL. It will send it to SQL DB. That's good. We are done now. So this is, as much as I'm concerned, this is enough. But if you want to do more, to send it to the map, then you can no, to send it to the error folder. What you got to do is you go here, you come here, and then so this is for error folder. So I will open this error folder, copy this. Then I will have to configure a port here. So new configure port, click next, error or wrong file, then error, wrong file, then click next. I will be sending sending, and then I can specify now to save time. It will be file. You can see the template here. So then I will click paste and backslash. I have no error folder. Yes, I need to add backslash again because I'm going to save it there. So I will write wrong order, and then I add percent symbol, then message ID. This is automatically generated number, then dot XML. That's good. Then I click finish. Fair enough. Now this is going to go to the error folder. Error folder. The operation is wrong order. Good. Now what you need to do is you can add a send shape and use just the message. You can just use this. I could. It's stuck again. I'm sorry. So I could use food sales order because that's the one that's coming through here. It's not entertained in here, so it will be passed to else part. So I could use this and then send it to this port. But if you want, I will show you how to use the message assignment. This will construct a message, error message. So the message to be constructed is the wrong order message. And then, yeah, here I will double click. Then what I do is I will wrong message is equal to the food sales order. So the food sales order will be assigned to this, and then that's it. Now you will have to create a send port again. Send, this will send to error folder. Then it will be associated with the error message, the wrong message, and then this will be connected here. Then we are good. We're done now. So before you compile, you need to make sure that you need to have the same name for the solution. So the solution, okay, I'm sorry, the solution name was supposed to be task 2 order or something, but here in this example, it's messaging order, so that's fine. You can name it like that. So I will add messaging order. So this is the name of the application name. You should use the same application name for the process order as well. So I click on properties of process order, then I click here, and then the name of this application name is messaging order. So make sure that in both messaging order, it was task 2 in your case. Here is messaging order, the same as the project name, but that's fine. So we need to sign it. Signing, we cannot use the previous keys because it's already used by another application. So we need to create ABC 1, 2, okay, ABC 1, 2, 3, the password. You specify like that or anything. ABC 1, 2, 3. ABC 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is signed. Great. And then here as well, sign. New ABC 1, 2, 3. ABC 1, 2, 3. This is how you would redo if you want to redo the other projects as well. So you make up your own key. Now I'm ready. Now I'm ready. So I can deploy this process, because this project, it dependent on messaging. So if I deploy this, everything will be deployed. So if I build this, for example, everything will be built. So if I don't have any error, then I will get it build succeeded. Great. Now I want to deploy. I can right click here or deploy the solution as well. That's fine. So I will deploy it. Yes, it is deployed, I think, successfully. It should deploy successfully. Yes, it is deployed successfully. That's a great news. Then what you need to do now is you go to the BizTalk server administration or administrative console. So you can come here, a BizTalk server administration. Great. Now you will have to expand this and expand this and expand this. You should get, yeah, messaging order is here. If you don't get it, you will have to refresh that. Then I will have to right click. You can click on start or configure, because it will have to take you to this folder, this dialog box. Then the host is BizTalk server application. You see the port food order is already assigned, and the root to DB is late binding. So I will have to specify here. I click new here and send port to DB. Easy. So I will have to SQL, then configure. You remember how we did here, right? So the name of the database is, I can find it here, or I can type BizTalk. You have it in the manual. Then I will paste it, then use Windows NT, and I will get the database legacy system DB, and then I will test it, and it succeeded, and I click OK. Here I will specify root to DB. Great, and here is the target namespace. What I've got to do is I will have to go back here. Easy. So I will open this, and then I will click here. Then no, not this one, this one. So when you click here and then go down here, you get the, you see, you get the adapters namespace. So I will copy this, but we forgot something. If you remember, we didn't generate the XML file based on the. Okay, does it start with HTTP? Yes, it starts with HTTP. So you have this, then click OK, and then we are all set. And that's it. This is the end of the story. So we can start it now if you want. We can start it, no problem. So I will start it now. It started it. But what we miss is we don't have the food sales order. So we have this food sales order. I'm going to generate XML file for this. So output instance is where you specify the generated file. So I click here, and then it takes me to exactly there. So this is food order sample. Okay, no worries about the spelling. So click yes. Then I will right click and click on generate. It will be generated automatically. So you come here, so you will see the food. Now I'll right click and edit this. Okay, you can edit this. So you have this I will copy like this, and you can open all of them using this editor. It's a very nice editor. So sales order ID ABC123, and the namespace is fine, and the first name is Susan Rice. Her address is New York. Her email address is s@sus.s.com, and her telephone number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and this is the quantity, and the order price. It's just the quantity is 200. Okay, let's take the date as it is. So 2023. And then the next order is F123. We forgot to specify the name of the item, but that's fine. The name. Okay, you place the order, but you press the quantity, but we don't have the item name. But I think you will fix it. First name is Anders Eriksson. His address is Kista. His email is p@kista.se, and the quantity is fine. The year is 2023. I think we are done here, so this is enough. So his phone number is 08 16666, Stockholm University phone number. Start with this. So I will have to save this. Okay, and then I will minimize. Then I'm going to copy these files, and then I'm going to check error is free, error is empty. Oh, we need to have one error files, right? So this one will have negative quantity, okay, or negative. You can have one, either of these will invalidate it. So I'm going to copy again. I'm going to paste them here. Come on, disappear. So it disappeared. Then I will have to run this query to see if the database. Yes, there is no. Then I have error. That's a very good thing. To have error, to have it not to work in the beginning. Here I will go here. Then I see what is wrong. So process order food, the service instance will remain suspended. What is this? So I can see that the error is with this port. So let me redesign it here. So the right click, configure port, receive send port. So here it's okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to stop this. I'm going to full stop. You should do full stop. Oh, it's stuck, so I will have to pause again and refresh it. So I will full stop. Nice. Then I go back here. Where was the orchestration? So the receive port, I'm going to change it to early binding, specify later. So let me copy this information. So I'll specify later, click next and finish. So sometimes this is a problem. Then I clean the solution and deploy the solution again. You can see this yes, existing child or something. Yeah, you can get errors like this. So it doesn't mean that you have made any mistake. So you need to figure out how to fix this message, these errors. So I will have to clean again and try to build the solution. Okay, the same thing happens. So okay, then identify port type. This food order. Where is the port type? Food order does not exist in process order. I'm missing assembly reference. Okay. Okay, you can create a new port. So I deploy it. You can't get error, but just figure out what the error is about. So it deploys successfully, and then I will go here. If you right click here, you might think that this is message. You must refresh it. If you don't refresh it, there is still kind of file or icon. So I will have to then you can specify new the port cells. This is gonna be the application. This one is already specified before, so I will choose this. Here I will have to create a new port and receive port food order. Then you will create new order location food, receive location food order. Then the type is file, and I will configure it to be like this. Yeah, I will have to do like this. So it's click OK. What's the problem? Yes, okay, access to, yep. This can happen. So what you would do is you will create a new incoming too. So it thinks that this file is already, this folder is being used. So now it works. So click OK, and okay, and we are all set now, and we can start options, and then click start. It started now, so let's drop the files. Okay, let's start with this one. Here, I'll click paste, disappear. Yes, it disappears. Then I come here, I execute. Oh, it didn't go through now again. So what's the problem now? Okay, now the problem is still the location. It says that the message, this XML is suspended. The publisher could not be routed to this. Okay, that means it's the still the problem is with the configuration. Here, the receive location. So I'm going to double click here. Okay, let's change to this XML and click OK. The good thing about late binding is that when you have errors, you could fix them in the administration console. Do we have error now? Yes, we have. A message adapter on receive location is suspended. The publisher could not be routed. Okay. Is it now or before? Let's do it now again. So we still have the errors then. Okay, publisher message could not be routed because no subscribers were found. The problem is here. It's not related with late binding or early binding. Maybe I have made some mistake earlier in the design. That should be the case. So this file, when I click it, so how is it represented? Messaging order, food sales order, right? Okay, then how is it written there? Yes. So since we have to, the previous receive port is not deleted like this, it's here, so you can see that they are different. So I did not check this, so I will check this. Okay, yeah, XML pass through this to this one. Click OK, and then let's try now. Paste, disappear, 14 minutes. Yeah, I think it works now. So you click, yeah, but it didn't show me. Then there must be some other error now. Yeah, what is the error now? So okay, message failed while delivering a message to service instance. Message details are message ID, service ID. Okay, process order this, the following location where exception occurred. It's not easy to troubleshoot the problems that you encounter here. So finally I got, oh, it's stuck again. So I got the file here, the wrong files, but I actually didn't get the message to the database. So what was wrong then? I don't have time now, so now I have to go to the ESV, so I will be late for the lab. So I will pause this recording and then I will post it, but I will repost a finalized that works as well. So, but you can see that the wrong message got here, but it didn't go through. We can open why these files are. We can open and see. Yeah, this have negative, yes. So all the negatives have been here. So, but this one does not have negative, does it? Well, this is positive as well. So there must be some logical error in the design, in the decide. So if you fix that, then you get the data to be populated in the database. So thank you. I will upload this